Eric LeGrand to 275-pound junior from Avenel, New Jersey. They have a stretcher out there. They have a cart out there. Greg Schiano is out there. Players on both teams are taking a knee, and their thoughts are with LeGrand.
All the struggles in my life, they don't define me, no. And this injury to my spine won't confine me, no. I'm more than a conqueror, I'll succeed. If you believe, I need you tonight to remind me that you know. The soft-spoken, roaring lion in braids, the hard-hitting tackler, explosive like a grenade, with the speed to catch a runaway train, but at the same time maneuver through this earthly terrain. You know what you get? The smile that brightens up the darkest days. No illusions, no masquerades. Distractions came, but I never strayed. From the backyard games to the Papa John's bowl, 3 stops, triple play. You'll never see this
Oh, good evening. Welcome to Hot Sauce Production. We are the creative spirits of the state of New Jersey. I'm your host, Jihadah Sharif. Our guest today is a very, very special friend of mine, a somewhat son of mine. And I am so glad to have you with us. You are Nelson Diaz, better known as Runaway.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
Yes, well, I haven't seen you in so many years, and I lost your phone number and thought about you, and I happened to find it, and when I found it, all these good things that you are doing.
Yeah, by the grace of God, yeah.
Yeah, I am so proud of you. I just want to remind you, the first time that you were my guest on this same stage, who was next door for Cablevision, you was a little shy little boy at the time.
Yeah.
And we was with board, what's his
Harold
name?
B.
Harold B, and he was
yeah.
doing a clap to this.
Right.
And you was doing some background and walked on the stage the wrong way, wrong time, and messed up.
Pretty much, yeah.
But looked such a professional now.
Thanks.
Right. I'm really, really proud when I did get a chance to relocate you and learn what you all are doing. You need to tell our audience some things about yourself so you finally get to believe in the work you're doing in behalf of Eric LeGrand.
Well, fantastic. Well, Nelson Runaway Diaz, that's my name. I'm pretty much an alternative to the negative messages being sent out there under the disguise of entertainment. And me and a handful of other people out there just to get the truth out there and the truth and love out there through music, sharing with the younger generation that there's a reason why you were created, there's a reason why you're born, and there's a destiny for you. There's a lot that's meant for you and purposed for you by God himself for you to accomplish. And that's not being broadcasted on the airwaves, and I think that's why people like myself, God's given us a unique opportunity to do that through music and video and other platforms here in New Jersey.
You know, you have a very, very strong belief in God, and that's when I first met you. That's what really drew me to you. And then I was in one of your videos.
Yeah.
Right?
Your debut. Yeah.
Yes, my debut. And I met your family at that time. Beautiful family. Tell me about your wife, your children. They're growing. I haven't seen them in years.
Thank you. Yeah, my wife and kids. They're doing a great job putting up with me. You know how creative people are sometimes. So they're doing a really good job. My wife, Evelyn, has just been a tremendous support system for me, teaching me a lot along the way. And then my 3 kids, my son just graduated high school last week, and then my 2 daughters are still cracking at it, you know, cracking at the books and stuff. So it's good. It's a fun time in life, you know. I just thank God, you know, I didn't come from the background where I had too many examples of fathers, you know, faithful to their wives and faithful to the family life and seeing that through to the end. So I'm just glad that God did the work in me, give me the desire to be that man in my larger family, you know, and I'm just excited about that, you know.
Right, I know you are, and to extend yourself out from Union County, Middlesex.
Originally Union County, Elizabeth, yeah, now I'm in Woodbridge Township, where I've been there for the past number of years, and still extending myself out to the community, offering everything I got, not just the music talent, that's the easier part, but, you know, just lending my ear to the young people whenever they need it, providing motivational speaking entertainment in the public schools, as I'm called upon to do so in the correctional facilities. We were all created for a reason, and it's not to stay behind our comfort. And so anytime I find a comfort, I kind of try to shy away from it and get back to the uncomfortable stuff. I kind of feel like that's where I was actually created to flourish in, for God, not for myself.
Now, you're involved in a church that just recently gutted out a theater. Was in Elizabeth?
Yeah, Christ Fellowship. It's my home church. It's on Elizabeth Avenue in Elizabeth. It used to be home of the Liberty Theater years ago, and then it became a illegal nightclub. There's a tragic fire accident or some type of thing where people ended up getting trampled to death, and the building was just condemned and closed pretty much for so many years. And our church was able to pick up the tab on the building, and through sweat equity, just the membership getting in there, weekend after weekend, putting work. Now we've been there for about 2.5 years, and it's meant to be the center of the community of Elizabeth, and I believe it's on its way to doing that. All types of youth-oriented programs, all type of social services in connection with the local government as well. So we're just excited about what's going on there. We're putting on a Dora the Explorer live musical on August 6th at that location, just to reach the community through the youngest ones, and that's what we're all about.
Because I did tell you earlier that I would like to come over, because that's what I do, work with the youth, the community, coming up with ideas for programs. So
right.
I'm going to be there helping your church, because that's something going all over the community and establishing different programs. In fact, one of my biggest programs right now is getting tobacco out of the community. That's really killing us and killing our children. And it's a lot of money that's being invested in tobacco that can be used for education, social programs, and even housing. I spoke with one fellow, and he smoked over $200 a month in cigarettes. Instead of burning up our bodies, that's built up our community. So that's one program I think that your church can like, because that's money can help build, because there are going to be problems in housing. And I was over in another program not too long ago in Irvington. In fact, I have a program set up there. But before I started, a woman came in. She was being evicted, and she needed some money, for rent.
Right.
And I'm thinking, we get this program in here, we can have that money for a person like her. And that's a problem with a lot of our children today. They become homeless because of lack of financial funds. So it could solve a lot of problems, stop smoking, plus be healthier in the community. So, I enjoy knowing about you and that you really expanded all these years. But one of the biggest thing I heard about Eric LeGrand, just from the news and the media, and when I hear about things like that, it always touches me. And I started praying for him. I did not know that I was going to get this close to Eric to be a part of his rehabilitating and getting over his incident that happened. But you're going to tell us more about it and how it came to be believed and the things that go along with it, and how you got involved with Eric, and how you're here to ask the people to help, along with to encourage our community, that how we can overcome different obstacles in our life, and using Eric and yourself as an example. So I need you to talk about Eric, who he is, how did you happen to meet him, and how is he doing? I know he was recently in Trenton with the governor just a few days ago, and I saw a close-up of him, and he really is improving. So let the audience know, because not too many people in this area especially know about Eric.
Yeah, well, Eric LeGrand, he's a very interesting young man. He's a Rutgers student, and he's actually from the town that I live in now, in Woodbridge Township. He attended the same high school as my son, although my son's 4 years younger, so he didn't play on the same football team as Eric. But the way I actually came to know Eric was Rutgers called me in about 1.5 years ago to be a guest speaker to the football team and staff, and I knew that Eric from our hometown was playing football at Rutgers. So yeah, I looked for him, got into conversation with him, and just kind of built from there. And I kind of feel like that was a divine appointment, that God set things in motion for me to actually meet Eric a year and a half before, you know, the injury that he obtained in a football game, and that was pretty much it. You know about Eric. One of my daughters goes to school with a relative of Eric, so reading the papers about Eric, catch a couple Rutgers game. That was the extent of our communication. And then on October 16th of last year, this past football season, in the game versus Army, he made a special teams tackle, and with that tackle, he ended up injuring his spinal cord, which left him paralyzed. It was a big shock because to a lot of people, Eric is that superhero, that guy. You know, everyone else could get injured, but not Eric. He's never been down. He's never, you know, taken, even on a tackle, anything more than a second or two to get back up, you know, and get into the huddle and get ready for the, you know, for what's called for in the next play. So when I heard about his injury, God just put in my heart to do a song for Eric to help inspire him to continue fighting for the healing that's already his. It's something that's already been done about 2,000 years ago, you know, with the blood of Jesus, and not just salvation, it's healing. That's been taken care of. And so the song was pretty much, the way God put it in my heart was from the first person, so that when he raps it, he's reminding himself about those promises. And he's a phenomenal human being. The song, I got the opportunity to take it to him at the hospital and play it for him and his parents. And it accomplished everything that God put in my heart that it was going to accomplish. It was inspiring to him, it was encouraging to his family, and it was also a source of emotional release for the family. You know, you got to stand strong when someone in your family is at their weakest. And when you're standing strong, sometimes you neglect those feelings that got to come out, you know, because they do more harm being bottled up inside. And I got a chance to see some of that happening as a result of this song that God gave me to put together for him. And then it just became a fundraiser through a suggestion of one of his family members, how it'd be cool if we could use it as a CD fundraiser. And that's where it's at now. And www.teambelieveonline.com, it has the Believe CD, Eric LeGrand Believe CD fundraiser on there, as well as other fundraisers we're doing for Eric. $1 at a time, you know, one positive message, one prayer at a time. We're just supporting this brother, you know, so he can fulfill what God has for him. And it's amazing because he believes it's bigger than the NFL, what God has for him. You know, the NFL is main stage. A lot of people know that. But there's a bigger stage. There's a worldwide stage. There's a stage where you impact millions of lives with your true life story, not just a smaller number of lives based on your athletic ability. And he's just taken it. It really puts me to shame, you know, the way he's embracing this new journey. It's challenging, but he's taking that challenge and, you know, he's walking it with the Lord.